time to sell right
better stuff than his.
And it's got kick, right? It's got kick.
now. Yeah.
I'm just giving him a heads up so he's not, blindsided.
We gave
by
the salty one to the Korean, and I have the sweet one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way to racial profile
Hey,
there,
your hair
buddy.
looks different today. It looks good.
Yes,
You brushed it?
Thank him.
Oh, Kimo, good job. Kimo.
I've got teams.
Let's begin. Welcome to It's a Hawaii Thing. You got Lanai, and that's Brooke Lee. Please don't get
Hello.
us confused.
Ever.
Your hair looks nice today.
Thanks.
Yeah, you brushed it for the podcast.
It's
I like
really
it.
weird when you're being nice, so let's stop.
I got a special guest for us today. This guy, I was trying to figure out how old I met him. He was about 3 maybe when I met him. Maybe 2.
I like him already.
Running around the living room in Pampers.
And how old were you?
I'm going to give him a big introduction. I was, I'm like 10 years older, 12 years older than him. Maybe.
Okay.
We'll find out.
That's about right.
Our guest today has been playing drums, though, since he was 4 years old. At 10 years old, he played drums 6 nights a week in Waikiki in a show called The Love Notes. He played live and with different big artists in sessions or groups like Menudo, Travis McCoy. He's played on the big stage like the Grammys, Saturday Night Live, American Idol, The Voice, X Factor, MTV Music Awards,
Super Bowls?
even the Super Bowl. Yes, he shared the stage 2 times. He shared the stage on drums with Sting, Lenny Kravitz, Ziggy and Damian Marley, CeeLo, Ed Sheeran, many more. He's currently the session and tour drummer for his younger brother, Bruno Mars. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Eric Hernandez. Hiya, brother.
Woo!
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's that intro?
Importantly, he's Kama'aina.
Yes.
So.
How are you?
This is true. I'm great. I can't complain. Staying healthy. Got
That's
my
all
family
you can
on my
do.
side.
Yeah. We've been trying to get you on the show for a little while, and I know you've been busy, so thanks for doing this for us. What have you been doing during the off time?
Is there an off time? I don't think there's ever an off time.
Yeah, you in the studio? What are you doing?
Oh, there is definitely an off time. How the studio works for us is really like it's different. It's more organic, but more organic where it starts. There's a process, and right now, it's falling on my brother. He has this thing where he generates ideas, lays down ideas, and then when he's ready, he calls the particular musician he wants to come in and to do that part. So it's still in that building stage, and he's got so many things going on right now with a movie deal that he's working on, and he's got this other side thing he's working on at the moment. So he's kind of doing his thing to stay busy, which has allowed me a lot of freedom to actually enjoy my ohana. I have never spent this much time consecutively with my family since being a father, and that's God's honest truth, because I had my son 2010. And immediately when he was born, started traveling with Bruno. My daughter barely made it to her birth, got there, gave birth to my daughter, boom, right back to the airport for a gig in Vegas. and then my youngest, who is now 3, I actually missed her whole birth altogether. I was over in Europe. I couldn't make it back. So this has been the most I've spent consecutive time with my family. And actually, my youngest daughter is probably the one I've raised the most from an early age. I'm tight with all my kids, but this one's like we're peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
She's drumming already.
Well, plus
basically.
he's a girl, right? Plus he's
Yeah.
Do you ever bring them on the road? Like in the past, you brought the other 2 on the road?
Absolutely. If it could work out for a good location, or I'm going to have some days off at a particular city or even country, I brought them out to other countries.
Yeah.
That I bring them out because it makes sense. We can spend time together, see things. Because a lot of times the road, as much as we travel and we see the world, it's in and out. I mean, you know how it is, but it's like you go in, do the gig, you're back either on the plane or on a bus, and I don't even get to see what the sights may be.
You forget what city you're in sometimes.
Yeah. Like, where am I again?
Yeah, you go to sleep in one city, wake up in another.
Right. How much are you involved in the albums? Are you involved in the studio, or are you involved in creation? How much?
I would say a little bit of all of that, because the one thing about Bruno is he's a multi-instrumentalist. He's a great drummer himself.
Yeah.
And we have different styles. He's more of an organic, just knows how to play every instrument, so it's not perfect, but it's something about that grittiness of sloppiness, and it's good sloppiness.
Like a groove. He gets in a groove.
Right, absolutely. But anyway, so he could do a lot of stuff himself. but there's things that he can't do that he knows he needs me, or
Uh-huh.
vice versa for our bass player or for our, our keys guy. So he kind of like lays out a roadmap. Or what he does, where it gets us more involved, which has happened quite a bit, is we'll go into the studio and just jam.
Yeah.
Record the whole jam session.
That's the way to do it, I think. Because before you guys got to a label, I mean, there had to be your own way you did it, or did he always do it that way? Did you guys always lay out a map, or did you just do the jam session?
I think his style of writing and producing came in later, not from when we were young. When we were young, we just kind of copied everything, did what we were told, because we worked with our family. Our dad produced the show. And it's kind of like, okay, here's your homework, learn it. Now we play it. Where versus now, since he's moved out to LA, since he started the music business, he had to learn it and go through things, writing with other writers and producing with other, producers in the industry who showed him their ways, and now he's created his own way.
Yeah.
And so like now we're in the studio, we might record a jam session. And actually what we do on tour a lot of times is at our sound checks, we just jam. And he's got the record button on that. And his main engineer is always with us. So he'll be like, hey, Chucky, remember that one time we were sound checking and we did this, and he has everything marked. So he can pull that up in the studio, open that session, and he'll write off of that. And that happens quite a bit. I mean, Uptown Funk was created like that.
Wow.
That's What I Like. And like all these songs that have started somewhere organically, it could have been in, who knows, Hamburg, Germany,
right.
sound checking, and all of a sudden it's an international hit. So
bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive the Star Advertiser digital full access subscription for just $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click on subscribe. Use the code AHITHING. HEC Medical Clinic. Dr. Aries Oda, Hawaii's #1 laser weight loss center for weight loss, reverse diabetes, and heart disease. Call today for your limited time special, only $37. Lose 1 to 2 inches instantly.
Now you're the older brother. Are you tough on him, or is he tough on you?
Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't put yourself in trouble.
No. We talk about this all the time. I'm tough on him as far as on a family perspective, or when it comes to us.
Yeah.
But at work, unfortunately, but unfortunately, sometimes he is my boss. Well, he is my boss.
Yeah.
He's definitely signing the paycheck, so he can tell me what to do. And you know what? Sometimes the emotions, like this has happened. I've talked about this in the past. Like sometimes he'll scold me, for something I may have messed up, and then it's like in my mind, I want to just be like, man, what you talking about?
Yeah.
But in reality, then it sets in. It's like, wait, hold on. If this was some other artist, I would not be thinking like that. I'd be like, oh, I gotta, correct myself.
But you've been with him since the beginning, right? Because you guys gigged in Waikiki together when he was little. So, because we had Justin Kavika Young in here earlier, and he was like, when he was gigging at the bar and grill, right, in Burbank, you were doing all the gigs in LA before he hit? Were you doing all those gigs with him as well?
All the club stuff, yeah.
All the bar stuff, yeah. In fact, when he moved to LA, I had kind of put the drums away,
Oh, really?
Music business is so tough.
Yeah.
I moved to Los Angeles just to pursue that, and I had a little bit of success, and there were some things generating for me, and then all of a sudden the reality kicks in, and I got to pay rent. I'm trying to live out here in Hollywood.
That was a tough time for you guys. I was there for part of it. Yeah, you guys, people don't know that struggle that,
Well, I remember Jamie, your sister, she was a hustler. Like, she would be hitting everybody up in town. Come see my brother perform. They're going to be, at this theater. They're going to be at this. I mean, like, she'd be texting everybody.
Yeah.
Like, she was on the ground, like, boots on the ground.
Yeah, she is a hustler.
Jamie is definitely a big part of our initial push, for sure. She was our acting manager. She made the flyers. She, like you said, she called all her friends, and she, got on the horns and like, hey, check out my brothers at the show.
That's so funny. She made the flyers. The kids nowadays, the flyers were these things we passed out before social media to tell people where we're going.
It was before Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
MySpace, I think.
Right. So what's next? Are you guys working on the new album? Or are you not allowed to say?
NDAs.
Yeah. You know, I mean, look, the truth is, we're working.
Yes, always working.
We're always working. We're trying to cook. He's definitely trying to cook. You know, it's just hard times, and you know, timing of everything, and you know, how do you put out music and promote music at this time? And you just try to figure out every tour the album and stuff like that. So we'll see. But yes, I can tell you that, you know, he's.
I don't even know how much time. Do we have enough? Can we keep going? Yeah, we.
I mean, I have a request.
Yeah. Well, wait, we got to take a quick break, I think. We have to take a break? Do we have to take a break?
Oh, we're...
All right, we have to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We're hanging out with Eric Hernandez. It's a Hawaii thing.
At Western Exterminator, our pest-free 365 solution works year-round to protect your home from unwanted pests. Choose pest-free with Western Exterminator. For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit hificu.com. This show is brought to you by Atlas Construction, Hawaii's #1 builder for 8 years in a row. Call them at 808-951-9500 for the quality and service you deserve today.
Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. Eric Hernandez is hanging out with us.
And he's taking requests.
Drummer extraordinaire. Eric, you have really, you know, we've been talking about your brother, but you've really made a big name for yourself, especially in the drum world, getting all kinds of attention. Tell us about some of the drumming, about the drum world that you've opened up for yourself.
You know, I don't know if I've opened up anything for myself. I mean,
you have. What do you mean?
A lot of more notoriety for sure, and probably accomplishing a lot of goals that I've wanted to as a young kid, as a young musician. You know, when I was in Hawaii, and I used to play at Kento's.
Kento's.
If people didn't know you were local, they know you local now.
I used to do comedy at Kento's. Oh my God, I forgot that place was there.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Remember when it was a 50s bar?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I used to. That was my gig, man. That was my 6-night-a-week gig. Right when I graduated high school, and actually I was still in school. Like somehow I finagled my way into working these nightclub gigs when I was still a kid. But hey, that was all good and that's all in the past. But where was I going with this?
You're drumming because you've been in Drummer Magazine.
As a young kid, you're like, oh, one day I want to, you know, do big tours, especially if you're into drums and stuff like that. I used to read all the magazines and read the articles, and I loved all the pictures of different musicians and drummers and and how they would describe the drum sets. And like, I was just so fascinated by that, and I couldn't wait for the opportunity for it to happen to me. And at one point in my life, it didn't seem like that was gonna happen, and then it was, you know, it reemerged with of course my brother moving out and in his success striking, and then now I've been able to be on the cover of a couple of drum magazines. Actually, internationally, I've done
congratulations
covers. Thank you. You know, Paris. I've done Germany drum magazines. In Europe, in the UK, I've done 2 covers in the United States. So it's been really cool to receive that. I once was voted by peers as the pop drummer of the year.
See, so humble. He's like, oh, I don't know if I did anything with the drum world. Look.
I counted like 7 covers.
Yeah,
I think that's more than Tyra.
Yes.
I'm not sure, but
yeah, for sure. Did you get to design your own drum kit?
Yeah, we do. Actually, I do. The cool thing is the drum company I'm with, Drum Workshop, is a custom drum maker.
Nice.
And every tour, I kind of find out what the look is or what the theme of the tour will be, and we do it like that.
Yeah.
And so the last one, 24K Magic World Tour, so it had to be a little bling bling.
Yeah,
so
yeah. A little Gucci action.
Black and gold. With the Versace.
Dang. Wait, so you don't have like, you know, I figured like with the guys with their ukuleles and their guitars, you don't have like the set you've had since Kento's, and that has to go with you everywhere?
No, he's got like 50 sets.
You're like Imelda Marcos. You have one pair of shoes. You have thousands of pairs of drums.
Yeah.
No, I have the drum set from Kento's.
Really?
It's in my garage. I won't get rid of that one because
you gotta keep it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in that.
I don't know about that, but that was my first expensive purchase and for drum set, and it was actually a Drum Workshop, the company that I now endorse, and that endorses me. It was their company.
Wow.
So it has a lot of sentimental value to me, and of course, you know, I did a lot of gigs with it in Hawaii, and so
All right, crazy. Besides, with the exception of Hawaii, craziest place you've ever played. Like the fans were just, the
That's
police
hard.
had to get involved. Craziest place.
South America, hands down.
Yeah.
They're the ones. I mean, fans are amazing across the world, but South America, something about, I don't know what's in the water in South America, but man, they are, and I mean this in a good way. They're fanatical, but they're the ones that come and shaking the van, and like screaming, singing the songs. You're up on the 30th floor of the hotel and you can hear them singing.
Wow.
They make signs, and they make signs for everybody in the band, and it's so cool. And yeah, I would say those are the those are the places like even we, of course, Bruno's a superstar. He's got to have security.
Yeah.
But South America, we all have security, and we've got to be running into the van, and just for safety reasons, because get trampled. But but like I said, in the most good way, because they're amazing, because they cry when they see us. They just love us, and it makes you feel great. It's just, wow, this is crazy.
How was it? How did it feel coming home, doing the stadium?
That was crazy.
How did that feel?
I don't even know if I can explain that one. I mean, all the gigs we've come back to Hawaii, even when we did the Blaisdell.
Yeah. But Aloha Stadium it's a different monster, and it's, I know you guys grew up saying I want to perform there, one day, and you guys sold it out. How many nights?
4.
What did that feel like? Did it get emotional?
I mean, look, it's very emotional, but I'm not gonna lie. That one time we came back, the very first time, when Jamie was still helping promote us, and we played level 4.
Oh, yes.
That felt just as good, because here I am coming home, feeling like, oh, I made it, because there's a song on the radio now. We're gonna play it in front of our hometown crowd. So it's just the same feeling. Now you times it by thousands and thousands of people in the stadium. But I would say even that first time I came back, and to see my names on drum cases coming into level 4, over there at the Royal Hawaiian, it's like, oh man, I made it.
That was so cool to see, though. That level 4 was in the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center at the time. But it's interesting. I've never seen you guys perform live in Hawaii yet. I've seen you in the Philippines 3 times, in Vegas, LA. I think I've even seen you on the East Coast, but
I'm
never
sorry,
seen
you weren't at the stadium with us?
I was in Japan, and then when you were at level 4, I was in another country. But I seen Eric in the Philippines a couple times. We got to take a quick break, though. Talking Story with Eric Hernandez. It's a Hawaii thing. Don't go anywhere.
Let the experts at King Windward help you out on your current loan or lease into a new vehicle. Visit KingWindwardNissan.com. Check out wearekupuna.com to learn more about all the resources the state of Hawaii has to service our kupuna.
Welcome back. Eric Hernandez hanging out with us. Did you go to the Hawaii?
Sam Choi took me. I had just moved back to Hawaii.
How's her? Sam Choi took me.
I was feeling very real. I had my makeup done and everything. We were like in the 7th row. I was feeling really
That's
real.
Good. Well, I feel special all the time because I get family seats too. So I get to sit with the family. But yeah, you guys came home, and did you get some vacation time during that break?
1,000%. We closed off that 2.5-year run in Hawaii at home.
Yeah. So
that was definitely the come home. And you gotta remember too, when you come home, it's still working, because you seeing family. I'm seeing you got to do all the entertaining, and
you're burning energy. Everyone's taking your energy.
It's a lot of energy. So then you do that, you do the gig, and then I extended my trip and just stayed. I actually stayed on the North Shore this time at a friend's house, and just relaxed.
Who were the island music groups that you looked up to, Eric, while you were growing up?
Kapena for sure. Yeah. Manal Company, just to say a few. And then obviously back then we were listening to like freestyle and then Bob Marley and stuff like that.
You worked with the Marleys, didn't you?
We did for the Grammys. Yeah.
That's right, the Grammys. Now for the island artists who are here, on the up. People don't realize how much energy and time you guys put in to put a show together. And you were on the road for 2.5 years. Tell everybody a little bit about that grind and give them some background on what you go through.
It's just what it is. It is a grind. And sometimes people, like even my own friends, even some family, they don't do it. They just don't know what it's like. And obviously as we've gotten more successful, of course, hotel rooms are nicer that make your travel a lot more pleasant because it started, you know, a little bit more grimy.
Yeah.
Or sleeping on buses, the buses got nicer, you know, because a lot of times you spend your time in this bus in a little bunk that's basically the size of a coffin, you know, and you can't use it. You can't go poop on the bus. So you have to stop somewhere, you know. And then it's disgusting bathrooms everywhere, or especially if you're somewhere in Europe and you're traveling long distances, like, oh man, there's a lot of times you're really like crowning in tears. But, you know, or think about it. I get to a venue, okay, I pull up to this arena. How clean is it? And I'm very like, I like things clean and like laying the toilet paper across the whole sheet. It drops in, you got to lay it again. Yeah. You know, or so like, but it's like, but anyway, that's the disgusting stuff. But it's taxing on your body, you know, because you think about it. I'm in different time zones a lot of times. So you go from one time zone to the next time zone and do a gig, travel night, get there, do sound check. You have 2 hours to rest. Okay, gig, get on a plane that night or get on a bus. And it's very taxing on the body and it's taxing on your family. Like,
and
I don't know how guys.
You're in top shape. The last time I seen you, you were like, I mean, you got to stay in shape to do this.
Where are you going with this? What was the end of that sentence?
I'm trying to put him up on a pedestal. Look, he has a sweater on right now, but he's like in top shape. You want to take it off?
No.
For everybody?
That's just, that's got awkward. That got super awkward.
I'm working on my quarantine 15.
Yeah. No, because your show is energy. It's all energy. And it got to be exhausting.
Is your kids freaking out because they've not ever seen you this like long of an amount of time? Are they like, are you leaving soon? Are you ever like, are you back on the road?
That's just my wife.
She's like, you're mucking up my system. I got a system, and now you're in the way. Why are you like trying to raise these? I'm trying to do my thing.
I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be hard on the kids because they're now used to me.
Yeah, and you're gonna disappear again.
Yeah. So, but do you miss it? A lot of artists miss being in the audiences and the feedback, and they miss performing and all of that. Do you miss 100%.
It? Yeah. So in the beginning, I was like, okay, I can see with this break.
Vacation.
Let's check this out. But now, now it's like, okay, I need to go back to work. And not only because I miss playing and I miss the audience and stuff and our fans, but reality is like, I just want some job security too. You know, make sure
of
that
course.
You know, and so I want that feeling back to know
Eric,
that
I'm sorry to cut you off because we have to end here, but I want to thank you so much for being on the show. I know you're a busy guy, and we're so proud of you. I'm really proud of you because I've known you since such a long time. But we have a gift box for you, a sweet box or the sour box over there. Which one would you like?
It's not sour. It's spicy from Enjoy Snacks.
Which one would you like?
Spicy.
I'm gonna go. So personally, I like spicy. So
okay, you go with the spicy box. Congratulations on all your success, man. I'm so proud of you. For the long version of this, check us out on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow Eric Hernandez. Ahui ho. Welcome back to It's a Hawaii Thing. This is the extended version. Hanging out with Eric Hernandez here. And we were talking about being on the road. Very taxing on you guys. How many weeks do you go? And then you get to come home for a little break and then you go back again?
Never.
So usually like this last run, I want to say we did 12 weeks in Europe to do Europe and then come home for 2 weeks usually, reset. And that's while your gear is traveling to the next continent. However, on that last tour, that's kind of right around the time when they had scheduled us to, I think we did either the Grammys or we did some TV show. And so during that break, come home, boom, rehearse, get ready, tape a show. So we lost that rest R&R time. And then boom, back on, I think we did the US next, which is easier for me to at least stay connected with my family. Okay, fly them out certain times and fly home. And then the next break to transition, I forgot if we're going to Asia now or Australia, but they filled in that gap with the Apollo show.
Wow.
So right.
And at what point during the 12-week runs does Bruno get grumpy? Like, are we at like 7 weeks? Is that when he starts to get a little snippy? Or like, when does he start to be like, okay, where you guys at?
No, no lie, it's a pretty well-oiled machine once we get going, because there's a lot of prep before you even hit the road. So the road part just turns into the fun part. I think he doesn't really get grumpy because, look, we love what we do. We're blessed to do what we do, and we've been put on the ultimate big stage and to travel. I think he'll get more grumpy if something happens within the travel from one state to the other state, or he doesn't have something, he doesn't have his red Skittles or whatever,
You heard it here. You heard it here.
Eric, are you
yell at his tour manager.
Eric, are you a dancer?
I am not.
You don't dance at all.
I'm sorry, you're Filipino,
and
so
you got
take
the
that
rhythm.
back.
You're holding the rhythm. No dancing, huh?
So no, I mean, I got a couple moves, but I'm not like, it's weird. Like, I don't mind dancing like behind my kid. Like, you'll see me back there. I get into it, but something about, I'm not a front guy. That's just never been me. I've always enjoyed doing what I do. And like people used to say that, like interviews all the time. Hey, are you jealous because your brother is getting all the attention or he's the superstar? No, man. Since I was a kid, I was always gravitated to the drums in the back, and I like that position. I like to hold down the fort, be the foundation, and that's
You're
just
the supporter,
me.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Professional giggers too. I mean, because you guys they've been Waikiki
his
giggers.
whole life, your whole life. How old were you? You were 5 or 6 or something. Eric, you have the most taxing, I think, out of all the instruments. At the end of the day, after each show, what is it? Are you exhausted? What's the regiment like?
Well, man, I got a funny story on that, but the regiment, like, get off, and I need like 10, 15 minutes, maybe even 20, 30 to like if I have family at the show or friends, I have them go wait somewhere. I can't just like get off stage sweaty, just do the show, smell like pyrotechnic powder. I don't want to go see nobody. I just kind of need to go sit down for a quick second, change out show clothes, take a shower, pour myself a cocktail, go see my guest, because you need to like decompress real quick. And that's what some even family don't realize or think about that stuff. Cause they, of course they're so happy and they're so proud. Their cousin, uncle, whatever, is on stage. And they want to see us. They want to congratulate us. They want to share love with us. And I totally get that. But at the same time, man, you just need time. I mean, you've done comedy. I'm sure shows. I'm sure you just get off stage. You kind of like want to chill for a second and then mingle.
You have to process.
Decompress is the word.
Happened.
I think. Well, not anywhere close to your level. But so for the next day, because you're doing back-to-back shows, what you doing? You stretching for an hour? What's going on?
Does he get you a massage therapist and shiatsu?
That's what I mean. You're like Tom Brady. You watch Tom Brady, right? He gets ready for a game. It's like this huge experience. Do you have an experience? What's your regimen like before the show?
So typically, I like to make sure I get a workout in, and I usually on the road and we kind of touched on it earlier, but at one point in my life, when I transitioned from my other career into the music full time, I kind of went with the wave of music where party on stage, have a good time, get off, party after the show, eat pizza, drink booze, so I kind of let myself get away without knowing. Because now I look back on pictures, like our first Aloha Stadium gig when we were wearing blue suits, man, if you see pictures of me, don't go looking for it. But it's like, it doesn't even look like me anymore. And, but I didn't see it, my wife didn't even see it. But then once I figured out, we all started to see, hey, we're getting a little chubby.
Yeah.
We all kind of got into a workout routine together as a unit.
Cool. That
kind of jump started everything. And then that became like what we're talking about now is our regimen. Okay, we all like, all right, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, hotel lobby. We would ask our tour manager to get us a room, like a ballroom or somewhere we could work out as a group, because we'd all put on a video and do the video.
Nice.
But I have to do that daily. I try to watch what I eat now. I watch what I drink now. And that's transitioned into my whole life now, even off the road.
Yeah.
And as a father of 3 and getting older, so I really want to stay healthy and stay around. So
you got it.
Stretching, very important. Yes, stretching for sure.
Stretching, yeah.
So what we're hearing is he hasn't gotten you a shiatsu person or your personal masseuse. Is that what we're hearing, Bruno?
No,
he's not taking care of you, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we need to up that budget, Bruno.
Shiatsu. You need
he needs a lomi person with like lava rocks and like doing all of the stuff to travel with you at all times.
You did something with Lenny Kravitz. What'd you do with Lenny?
So he sat in with us in Paris, and we got to play one of his hits, "Are You Gonna Go My Way?"
So crazy.
And he has a place out in Paris, so he lives there. So he's been up to several shows, but that was the one time we rehearsed with him, jumped on stage with him, and man, he tore that house down. And that whole arena in Paris was just, all you would see is this jumping.
Wow.
I bring it up because you might be too young for this, but he used to have a drummer by the name of Zorro. Do you remember Zorro? Famous drummer.
I was actually a big fan of Zorro when he was playing with Bobby Brown.
That's my cousin.
What?
Yeah, second cousin. He
so
started with Bobby
Tabura? Brown. Is that what you're saying?
No. Oh. He started with Bobby Brown, then he went with Lenny. Lenny was dating what's her name from Cosby Show?
You mean his ex-wife?
Jason Momoa's wife now.
Lisa Bonet?
Lisa Bonet. So this is how it happened. This is a funny story. They were in New York, and he just started drumming with Lenny. And Zorro says, call me at the house. This is before cell phones. So I called the house, and I said, is Zorro there? And a girl answers. She goes, oh, he's not home right now. Can I take a message? Now, they lived in this 2-story loft, and they just started, so they didn't have their own place. Zorro was staying with them. It was a pretty big loft. And she took a message, and she's like, where are you calling from? I said, from Hawaii. She said, Hawaii, I love Hawaii. And blah. So we talked for like 5 minutes. Hung up. I called back a week later. Calling for Zorro. Lisa answered again. And I love Lisa Bonet. I love Lisa Bonet. And we started talking. I go, this is Lisa? She goes, yeah. Lanai, I said, yeah. He's not home again. You got bad timing. We start talking. That goes on. A couple years later, I find out it's Lisa Bonet.
But you didn't know at the time.
I didn't know at the time.
You just thought it was a girl named Lisa.
Yeah, and then when
married to Lenny Kravitz.
Married to Lenny Kravitz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know who Lenny Kravitz was.
Wow.
They just started his career. No hits yet.
But she was a big star.
Yeah, but she didn't say, "Oh, this is Lisa Bonet from the Cosby Show."
Right.
You know what I mean?
He clearly didn't.
But next time you see Zorro, give him a shout. Is he still drumming? I haven't talked to him in years.
He does still drum.
Yeah.
I do see him. I follow him on social media, so that's how kind of.
Oh, I gotta go look for him.
Yeah, because he's your cousin. So,
yeah, well, he's kind of one of those distant.
Oh, right.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a distant cousin.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. Who did you enjoy most working with that? Because you looked up to. Besides your brother, who did you look up to?
Like who I've been able to play with?
Yeah.
Oh, for 100% Sting.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I just somebody just sent me this meme yesterday about Sting. Did you see that one?
Don't show memes.
I posted. No, I got to show.
You're not 14.
Because this is a good one. I read this morning in the news that Sting was kidnapped. Unfortunately, the police have no leads.
Wow. That just checked all the boxes. Yeah.
What do you listen to when you're not when you're on the tour bus? What do you listen to? What kind of music you listen to?
Man, honestly, no music or usually. Funny thing is, I'm not a huge fan of flying, and
that's a problem.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gotten better, trust me.
Right.
But it used to be like turbulence and like phones out, looking at my pictures of my family.
Wow.
People be laughing at me. So I would always put on, kid you not, Bob Marley. Every little thing. It's gonna be all right.
Just to keep you even.
Just to keep me even.
Right.
But when I'm in that world of like music and every day, just like loud.
Yeah, you just want silence.
I go silence and then like, yeah, even I put any music on in the bus, and sometimes if I'm on a bus with Bruno, I'd be like, hey man, I don't want to hear anything.
Oh, really?
He's like, I want you to check out this new jam. You're like, in a minute.
Can you play some Capenna, Sweet Darling? Yeah. You're a big Dodger fan.
Big Dodger fan.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be when you live.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a big baseball fan because your kids play baseball. What's your connection to the Dodgers besides playing there in that stadium?
Well, honestly, growing up in Hawaii, yeah, we didn't have the baseball team.
Didn't really have that.
So
No.
that really wasn't on my radar. But honestly, when I first moved to LA, that's like my first friends from LA. Like, hey, we got to go to Dodger games. So you go to Dodger games. I was like, it's kind of boring. All right, I'll have a beer, drink, eat a hot dog. It wasn't until I had my kid, and then I brought my son to the game. And he was 4 at the time, and he just gravitated to the game. And then I want to go Dodger game. I want to go Dodger game. So I would take him, or we'd watch on TV. And then it became a thing for us.
Yeah.
And then I realized, man, this really is kind of the all-American like sport. Go to the ballpark and get the
right.
And then it was then that I started paying attention, learning, and learning about players, learning the baseball, and then boom, I'm just like, I'm on the road, kid you not, on tour, and I would do shows with my phone on the side of my drums here.
Don't tell people that.
I would be, oh yeah, I mean, trust me, I got caught. But I mean, that's how I became fanatical about.
Well, they had local boys on the team there.
Yeah, Shane Victorino used to play for the Dodgers, short stint, but you guys performed at Dodger Stadium, and then I thought you had a friend that played for the Dodgers. That's why I was asking.
No, I know. So I know.
You famous? You know everybody,
or
they know you.
I've been fortunate to meet people, and yes, I know family members of players.
Okay.
I've gotten to meet the players, but I'm not like dialing them up or stuff like that.
No,
The family, yes. Yeah.
I dated Chan-Ho Park for a little bit.
That's right. I remember
Yeah.
that.
We didn't
really?
date. Like,
You
don't
just
go
slept
at
together.
me, Korea.
You guys
Don't
just
go
slept
at
together?
No. Tommy Lasorda and I were like in the Grand Prix together as Grand Marshals, and then he's like, "You're Korean. I have a new Korean pitcher. You guys should be friends."
I remember
and
that
then
story.
it was kind of like that. So I hung out with him quite a bit, but no, we just hung out.
Eric, so I know you guys have done Korea. Brooke is a huge.
That's my request.
She's a huge BTS fan.
Y'all need to collab.
Have you done anything with the BTS guys?
They love you guys. What's with the head shake? Don't judge.
No. I'm just saying we haven't done anything. It hasn't come up.
They
the
love
closest
you
thing
guys.
we've done with BTS would be our production manager went and helped them out and did their tour. But
they love you guys. Jungkook,
Yeah.
JK, as they call him. He's like he sings Bruno all the time, and their choreographer happens to be a girl from Wahiwa.
Yes,
Sienna
that's
Lalau.
right. Yeah, yes, that's right.
So,
we got to
Hawaii
figure.
ties
You
all
guys
over
got to
the
figure
place.
that out. That
But
do some with them.
If y'all did something with BTS, they would lose their minds. Those boys would lose their minds. They would lose their minds.
Well,
They
I
love
think
you
it's a
guys.
win-win for both
You guys.
parties, right?
And then if you make it happen, I'll just come serve the mandu. You know what I'm saying?
oh, yeah.
Like, I'll just be in the background with the kimchi jar. Just be like, Holmes kimchi? Anyone? Holmes? No? Okay.
Eric, you know what's funny is when you guys came home, I was in Japan when you guys did the shows at the Aloha Stadium, but they called me and said, "Hey, we need to set up the green room with Zippies," and I was like, "What do they want from Zippies?"
Is that true? Is he making this up?
No, he's not.
No, it's true.
You got
We had a Zippy's
They
tent.
had we built a Zippies tent.
What?
Yeah, and then Bruno wanted Korean chicken. I don't know what you requested, Eric. What did you request something?
I always get chili Frank plate. I always get katsu.
chili. Yeah. So, anyways, I set up the Zippies tent. By the way.
From
Thank you.
Japan.
Yeah.
I personally want to thank you, Linda.
That's how I was there. That was how I got there.
Wow.
That was my.
When I come home, my first stop is usually Zippy's.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then I make my rounds.
Mm.
But like right off the plane, it's Zippy's.
We haven't, and I haven't forgotten because of the pandemic. Everything got put on pause, but we're working on having Eric be a part of the Zippies family
What does that even mean?
to represent Zippies and be their spokesperson and stuff.
Oh, well.
I'd love to because
Yeah, we talked briefly about this, right?
Will
And
Zippies be on the drum kits? Is that what's going to happen?
who knows?
Hey, you know, money talks, man.
Little Zippies logos,
Yeah.
like the Versace
Little
logo.
Zippies drumsticks that are chopsticks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
When you're traveling, what is besides Zippies? What is that local food that you miss?
Or have flown in, whatever. It's Bruno. No one's judging. No one's judging.
Oh, you know, like one of my stops is always rainbows. Have to have rainbows
Yeah.
for some reason. I love their boneless chicken.
Yes, that's the best.
Is that with the gravy?
Yeah, remember we had rainbows?
Yeah,
That's what boneless chicken
with the gravy.
with the all over.
Everything.
I gotta find meat, June. You just posted that the other day.
Oh yes.
Because
Yeah.
you can't find it anywhere, obviously.
Nowhere.
You know you can't find it in Korea, right?
They don't do that.
Yeah.
Yet.
It was invented in
Oh, I
Kaneo
think.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hawaii thing.
It is a
Yes.
Hawaii thing.
It's
That
a
is
Hawaii
for
thing.
certain.
Well,
certain.
we're so proud of you, Eric. I am been watching you since you were a kid, and I knew you guys were gonna be something one day. And you want to say hi to anybody?
I say hi to all my family in Hawaii, all my friends, and my old Kaiser alumni.
Cougars.
Hope to make you guys proud, and hope to keep doing this and hope to see everyone soon.
Everyone's proud of you. Yes, everyone is proud of you. And your sisters eventually need a reality show, especially Tahiti. If you guys don't follow the sisters and Eric on social media, please follow them. We'll put his handle at the bottom here. But keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming on the show.
You take care and tell everybody.
Thanks for hooking up with BTS. It happened here.
Right. I'm on it.
Tell B we said aloha and you take care, brother.
Will do. All right, guys.
Thanks.
Aloha. Mahalo, guys, for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. It's a Hawaii thing.
It's a Hawaii thing. Whoa. It's a Hawaii thing.